First, let us introduce ourselves again.
Yes, my name is John Nieves. I'm the editor-at-large for Unbox.
I'm Nicole Batak, freelance tech writer.
I'm Ethan de Guzman. Sabihin ko na ba? Kasi next week wala ako eh. Okay, I'm Ethan de Guzman, the new community manager of NAFNAM.
Yeah! So officially,
Sinabi din.
Ethan will be leaving ASUS for
Next week.
Greener pastures. Ba yan? Gano'n ka green? Medyo green?
Medyo lang.
Kind of green? Maraming green.
Self-fulfillment green.
So yun, Ethan will be leaving ASUS next week?
Yep, next week.
No, next
May
week.
15,
so,
Thursday.
exclusive yun,
Breaking news yan.
Breaking news. Yun, Ethan will be leaving ASUS next week and will be moving to NAFNAM. So, he'll still be here. He'll still talk about technology.
Yes.
Yep.
Ano bang magbabago dun? Like, aside from the job title, obviously.
Hindi, I can blog a lot more na.
Yo.
Across all brands na.
So, if you like how Ethan geeks out on literally everything that he talks about, you'll be seeing a lot more of that in the next few weeks,
Yes.
I
Yep.
think. Moving forward. Anyway, so welcome to Unbox Podcast.
Episode 7.
7. And obviously, wala na naman si Carlo. We are also, hashtag natin today are Carlo-less again, like just much like episode 4? 5? 5. There you go. So,
Bear with us, please.
Bear with us muna. We have a lot to talk about. Let's just jump straight into it. If you visited the site lately, you know that MyPhone has released again a couple of new products, actually 2 products. Can we show the viewers kung ano yung nirelease ng MyPhone? Dun,
There
dun,
you go.
dun. So, they released the Ocean Pro and limited edition
Limited edition.
Iceberg Slim. So, Ethan, can you read off the specs of the Ocean Pro
Okay.
and the Iceberg Slim? Pareho na.
Almost the same specs actually. Ocean Pro is 5.5 inches. Ocean Slim is 4.7 inches.
Iceberg Slim.
Yes. Iceberg Slim.
Sorry, Iceberg Slim.
Yes.
Bakit nga ba sineparate pa nila from Ocean to Iceberg, no?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Pero I
Okay,
think
so-
kasi yung Iceberg parang it follows the same design, roughly the same design of the Iceberg. It's
yung
just
ID.
thinner. I think it's around 7 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. Around 7
Yes.
millimeters.
7.8
7.8.
millimeters.
7.8. So yeah, it's still 7 millimeters. So it's parang it's a thinner Iceberg. Unfortunately, parang they had to cut out a few things, and
Yeah,
that being the
battery.
battery life is 1800 mAh.
1800 milliamperes na battery.
Mhm.
More or less HD in screen. Yun yung maganda sa
HD in
kanya.
screen.
Na, at least dun
Yeah.
bumawi.
HD screen, quad-core processor, all basically the specs of the Iceberg.
Saka aluminum body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you maganda actually. My dad, sorry plugging my dad actually owns the Iceberg.
Mhm.
So he's liking it so far kasi ang dad ko naman kasi parang nagugulat nga ako parang uy ang ganda ng unbox episode niyo. Uy, nagbabasa. Nanonood ang tatay ko. Tapos uy,
Mag-hi ka
ito na ba
naman
yung
kay
ito
daddy
na
ko.
pag may hi dad. Tapos pag may dumarating mga bagong review unit, yan na ba yung Samsung? O kaya, yan na ba yung bagong MyPhone?
Ba, may bago ka.
Wow.
Very, nagbabasa talaga siya. Anyway, so, yan, Iceberg Slim and Ocean Pro.
Basically 8 megapixel camera at the back.
Yeah.
The front,
Yung
2
Ocean Pro is a 5.5-inch smartphone. Quad-core processor din, 1 gig RAM. The only issue I have is it, 5.5 inches siya,
Pero
malaki.
QHD.
Ang resolution niya,
QHD, tama.
Medyo malaki, medyo mababa lang
At
ang
least
resolution.
IPS,
ng
diba?
konti. Yeah, IPS.
Anyway.
Magkano?
still-
How much?
6,999.
And Iceberg Slim?
799.
7,999.
So, and ang sinasabi ng MyPhone is the Iceberg Slim is tawag dito limited edition. So I don't know, 100
Ano ba siya,
lang
gold or
bang
something?
yeah, it kind of looks goldish. So kung mahilig kang mag-gold na mga products.
Brands. Well, dati nag-Swarovski sila.
So,
Oo, di ba? Oo. You have to give it with MyPhone.
well, yeah,
Yun pa
they're
yung-
not afraid to try
yun pa
new
yung nandun
things
sila,
and stylish
Curtis
things.
sa
Yeah.
MyPhone.
MyPhone pa siya
Yeah.
no, before she jumped ship and
Yeah,
went with
yes.
Cherry Mobile. Pero parang you can't deny na they try new things.
Yeah.
And it's nice.
It's a good
It's always
addition sa
nice to
lineup.
have new product, parang more choices. It's just that parang for the ang weird lang kasi yung ang laki ng display ng yung
Ocean Pro.
Ocean Pro. Pero yung resolution medyo mababa. So if anybody has ever used the QHD display on a 5-inch resolution screen, medyo
Last time ko siya na-encounter sa Polaroid na cellphone.
Polaroid na cellphone.
So parang 5.5 inch din tapos QHD. Talaga ang laki ng icons.
Well, hindi, actually, you know what? People like my dad will like that. Siyempre, balik tayo sa tatay ko. You know, kasi malabo na yung mata niya eh. So,
Yun.
parang pag humihiram siya ng phone sa akin, parang titingnan niya, palakihin mo naman yung icons dito, hindi ko mabasa.
Pwede na ba eh?
Di ba? So, siguro for the people who have medyo pangit na yung eyesight, hindi sila masyado na-blessed ng mga ng 2020 vision, the Iceberg Pro, sorry.
Ocean
The
Pro.
Ocean Pro. Ang dami kasi, hindi ko makakabisado lahat. So, the Ocean Pro might be a good product for them. Malalaking icons, mas madaling makita.
Pero just to clarify, itong Ocean series nila is more on parang mid-range, no?
Yun nga parang the Rio is basically just the
May
entry
sarili
level
siya,
na halos. Oh, medyo entry level na pero I can't call the Rio talaga
Entry
as an
level.
entry level phone
Yeah,
kasi
true.
it's ang ganda talaga ng
Or baka
value
Rio yung
proposition
color
sa
series
kanya.
nila.
Yeah,
Then
probably.
Ocean is the affordable. Baka ganun yung naming convention.
Affordable, yes. So, do you like the Iceberg Mini? Do you think? Looking at the
Hindi ko pa nakikita
photos.
Pero kung based from gold, it's intriguing I mean, a gold local phone.
Yeah. Although, yung
A gold
quality
colored,
yan.
hindi siya actual.
Hindi gold,
It's
ah.
not
Gold
literal
colored.
gold. Kasi bibili din ako niyan, madami. Ubusin ko, papakyawin ko lahat yan. Anyway, so yeah, it kind of looks nice. Although we reserve final judgment until we actually
See
the
the
see
actual.
the actual device. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So moving on. Another product that we're taking a look at is another product from a local brand. It's from the SKK Kraken. Kraken, release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Can we show the So, nirelease ng SKK to sa Facebook account nila, by the way, a few nights ago.
Wait a
They're-
quote.
Yes, with the very
Bombshell na siya.
big
kumbaga.
claim na most affordable Octa-core
In the
smartphone
Philippines.
in the Philippines. Kaso nga lang walang presyo.
So, nanguhula pa rin kami.
Well,
nabitin
okay,
ka.
sayang eh. So, marketing tip lang. Pag sinabi nyo most affordable, sama nyo naman yung presyo para alam namin kung magkano talaga. As in, naubusan ako ng tulog dito kasi hinahanap ko kung paano ko mako-confirm yung presyo. Anyway, pero looking at the specs, Ison, can you read off the specs of the Kraken for
Of
our
course, you have
readers?
your Octa-core by MediaTek,
1.7
1.7 gigahertz, 5-inch IPS panel. Ano yung FWVGA?
VGA na display.
Parang first time ko narinig FW.
Medyo hindi
VGA.
hindi siya HD display, by the way. So, sige, keep going.
Oh, 854
Oo nga.
by 480 resolution. So, mas mababa pa siya sa QHD.
Mas mababa siya sa QHD display.
Okay, so, pero at least 8 gig yung storage
Yes.
niya. Internal storage.
At
And
expandable siya.
siya ng
Expandable.
memory.
8 megapixel camera at the back with flash. 5 at the front. Dual SIM, dual standby. You have your usual
2000
3G
mAh.
connectivity.
Yeah, 2000 mAh battery. You know what? Sabi nila it's the most affordable octa-core smartphone in the Philippines. Right now, that title actually goes to THL, and they recently announced W200
200
S. Yeah, kasi yun, parang basically it's I think it's a
10995.
Yeah,
if I'm not
1099,
mistaken.
mga ganon. So, since they made that claim, we're assuming it's gonna be cheaper than that.
It's gonna be below 10.
You know what? What's your guess for that? Kasi I've been trying to play the guessing game for the price of this particular smartphone. Looking at the specs, hindi siya ganun ka high-end, the specs. Especially if you consider the screen size, the memory,
Yep.
Screen
and
quality.
everything else actually.
Parang ito lang ata ang octa-core na 1 gig RAM.
Parang siya
Parang
nga lang.
ito lang.
Kasi usually, hindi, may yung Zopo ata meron na 1 gig
Oh,
RAM.
okay,
din.
okay.
Although, hindi pa nire-release yung price ni Novo 7 Tech. So, nire-release lang nila yung mga device, yung mga Zopo smartphones
Yung
na
incoming.
nila. Yes. Pero tong SKK Kraken, it's very intriguing kasi when you think about it, parang ang mura niya eh. And in our market, price beats everything. Price beats value.
True.
Kasi parang mas madaling ipakita na, ito magkano lang to. Kunyari, let's suppose, mga around 8,000. Oh, 8,000 na octa-core. They're not gonna to take a deeper look at ano yung display, ano yung memory. Not unless they're very tech-savvy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Na parang mahilig talaga, marunong talaga sila tumingin. Pero for the mass of people, parang makikita nila, oy, octa-core. Oy, magkano lang to? 8,000, mga ganun.
So,
Ikaw, anong guess mo magkano?
So kung si THL ngayon W200S is 10,995. I think
Ganun na, Gorilla Glass 3.
Wow.
Really?
Gorilla Glass 3 yung protection nun. By the way.
Okay.
HD display.
Siguro
32, parang
I think 2,000 price difference.
So,
Hindi pa
nasa
ganun
8 ka.
ka-justified.
2,000 lang sa tingin mo.
Hindi pa eh. I think 7,995.
7,995. Ikaw, Nicole, sa tingin mo
Mga
magkano? 8,000? Kasi ako parang iniisip ko mga around 6,500, mga 7, mga ganon. Kasi
Wow.
feeling ko, marami talagang bibili nun for that price. Kasi ang mura eh.
Oo.
And hindi pa pangit. Patingin nga ulit, can you show the
Phone and the picture.
picture ulit?
Dun,
Dun, dun,
dun.
dun. Can we show the picture ulit of the SKK Kraken? Kasi parang, well, point it out, parang kung hindi nyo siya nakita, it looks like a Galaxy S4.
It does.
Isan,
It
do you
does.
see?
It
It
does.
looks like a Galaxy S4, no?
At S4 gamit ko ngayon.
Oh, di ba? So parang, hindi, really, parang, now that I take a look at it, parang, yeah, it really does look like a Galaxy S4 na in white. So it'd be interesting to see kung magkano talaga siya.
Ilabas nyo na yung presyo.
Ilabas. Pwede ba? Can someone from SKK, like, ilabas a message sa Facebook page namin
SKK,
sa Unbox.
right now,
Kasi-
261 comments na po. Majority, magkano po?
good job, Ison. So, parang mga around 260 comments na. Sana naman sagutin nyo kami kung magkano siya. Kasi there's a lot of people who's really interested in knowing how much it is. Kasi, ang mura eh. So, yung presyo na lang talaga kailangan malaman
Yes.
for that. Okay?
Saka when? Kasi nabalita na to before eh.
Yeah, parang naglabas sila ng teaser, tapos nawala.
Nawala.
Tapos lumabas ulit. Oh, announcing
Kaya lang kulang pa
the...
ng presyo.
Walang presyo. Walang presyo. So, baka sa susunod na lumabas, parang pwede mo nang bilhin, pero wala pa rin presyo. Anyway, so, moving on. We're gonna be talking about PLDT's latest product. Can we show the photo? This PLDT paano bang pronunciation daw sabi na to?
Ulterra.
Ultra fast LTE for the home.
Yun. Basically,
They're bringing
LTE ito for home use.
Yes.
Para siyang PLDT canopy, yung mga ganun. Well, wireless siya.
Wireless.
You don't need a phone, actually. May mga nagtatanong kung kailangan pa ng telepono. I don't think you need a
No,
phone.
this one doesn't
Kasi
need-
wireless siya eh.
Yep.
Yes.
So, I'm assuming it needs to have a LTE signal.
Mhm.
So, I don't know if they piggyback off smart.
More or less, yes.
I'm pretty sure. Na
Pero
they-
papansin nyo yung mga wireless kasi ng PLDT before. Wala actually. Puro DSL, di ba?
before na naging...
Before Ulterra. So
Yeah.
before, it was Smart Bro talaga.
Di ba may canopy? Wireless din yun?
Yeah, pero that's Smart Bro product. So,
Okay.
Okay.
it's now PLDT Home Bro pala.
Ah.
So, they
parang
combined it
they
na.
combine all their wireless internet or internet products sa under PLDT na.
Looking at the pricing of the Ulterra, magkano ba? It's around, the cheapest plan that you can get is 999 pesos for 3 Mbps
Yes.
3 Mbps.
per month. As you go along the tier, it's 1,500.
1599.
1,5999 for
5
5
Mbps.
Mbps, and the top tier plan is 2,000 pesos.
Or 1999.
1,999, so basically
10
2,000
Mbps.
pesos for 10 Mbps. But there's a catch.
Yes.
The catch is, may data cap siya. So basically, ilan yung data cap niya?
For 3 MB, it's 10 gigabyte.
Yes.
5 MB, 15 gigabyte. Tama? 15
Ah,
gigabyte?
Yes.
And then,
And
10 Mbps is
30
30 gigabytes.
Okay. So, syempre, parang people will complain, oh, may cap, pangit. Well, yeah, meron siyang cap. Pero if you take a look at it, honestly, the Ulterra plan has, like, it's the fastest internet that you can get, na 10 Mbps dito, for
Yep.
the cheapest
For the
price.
cheapest, yeah.
Kasi yung the same speed for PLDT, if I remember correctly, to get 10 Mbps, you need to fork out 4,000 pesos.
4,995.
So, doble.
5,000 halos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Per month. Ang mangyari naman, ang sabi naman ng PLDT, pag nagkaroon ng tumama ka sa
Pag
cap,
na-reach mo yung cap mo,
you get knocked down to 30% of whatever speed that you get.
Yeah.
So what's 30% of 10 Mbps? Mga
3 Mbps.
3. So
kung 3 Mbps siya, naka-reach yung limit niya, 900 kilobytes per second. Which is
ah,
still not bad.
that's not
siya.
bad. Pero syempre, bad trip pa rin since tumama ka sa cap. Pero I think 30 MB, this is not a mobile cap of 1.5.
A day.
No, a month.
A month.
Or like,
yeah.
ano ba yun sa Globe? Ilan ba yun sa Globe?
Hindi ako sure.
Basta parang this is bigger, definitely bigger than the
bigger than your regular mobile.
Regular
data.
mobile. Yes, medyo bad trip na may cap. Pero again, it's parang pili ka kung ano mas importante sa iyo. Do you need like unlimited internet? Then
Or
maganda nga
fast
yun eh.
internet.
Parang there's now a choice. If you want a really fast broadband, you go with Ulterra and you will have to live with the data
Data
cap.
cap.
Pero it's an industry practice naman. So everyone's
Yeah,
doing it na.
Pero, like, I prefer na wala akong cap.
Yeah.
So, I will stick with PLDT, my DSL.
Pero in conjunction lang konti. Nagulat lang ako kasi pumunta ako ng Sun.
Oh,
Oh.
699 na lang ang unlimited broadband nila.
mabilis ba?
Hindi, up to 3.6 megabytes per second. Siyempre, HSDPA pa rin yun. Pero,
HSDPA.
yung, na-level down na nila yung, okay, yun yung price ng HSDPA. If you go to LTE, 999.
Like, ganun naman for anything eh. Parang if you want a higher speed, you pay for the premium. If you want a faster car, you go for,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
pay more.
Pero at least nararamdaman na natin yung, there's more affordable internet now.
Yeah, pero I really want our internet speeds to go faster.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
For,
Hindi na lang
faster for cheap, actually.
Faster and
I
cheaper.
think that's the ideal. Pero for now, syempre, we can't have everything, so we need to work with
What we have.
what we have.
Or
So
maximize what we
yeah,
have.
what we have with Ulterra is a very nice way to go to really fast speeds nang hindi ganun kamahal. So parang 10 Mbps is not bad.
Mhm.
And parang not unless you actually download a lot of games of Steam, for example,
Yeah.
legal games, torrent.
We're watching you.
So yung or watch videos or listen to music, legal,
Spotify.
Spinner. So parang I think 30 Mbps is more than enough.
Yep.
But even if you get knocked down, I've been living for 3 Mbps for so long na parang
You're
okay
used
lang.
to it.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I
It's
can
not bad.
watch YouTube videos in HD. Wala naman masyadong problem. I play online games religiously like Red Orchestra, Germans. Anyway, so that's so weird. Anyway, parang you can live off 3 Mbps, I think. Pag if you even reach the 30 Mbps. So, yun. So, moving on, we're gonna be talking about another product na nakita na like hat tip to Yugatech. They were actually the first people who actually saw the product on sale at Lazada. This is the Xiaomi. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Xiaomi?
Xiaomi.
Xiaomi.
Yeah.
I don't
Xiaomi
know.
Mi3. It showed up at Lazada. We're gonna show you the Xiaomi. Like they will. Oh,
Wala.
Hindi
Ay,
ba?
wala.
Anyway, so just Google it, by the way. So the Xiaomi Mi3 is a very interesting product because it's a top tier phone. It's a very high end device that's being offered for only 15,000, around 14,999. It uses a Snapdragon 800 processor.
Wow.
Wow, that is cheap.
Yeah, so
Currently the cheapest.
Snapdragon 800 and I think 2 gig of RAM.
Pwede na.
Pwede na talaga.
16 gig lang nga yung storage,
Still.
pero and it's not
Expandable ba?
non-expandable. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because it's a sealed device. Medyo doon na tayo papunta with the top tier designs. It's a sealed device. So pero not bad.
It's
The
not
price
bad.
Still not bad.
the
Yeah.
pricing isn't bad at all. Parang isipin mo, what can you get with wala lang LTE, by the way. If anyone is actually expecting LTE from this, it doesn't have LTE. You're stuck with 3G. Yun, 15,000 for a top tier phone.
Pwede na.
Pwede na.
Siyempre, I'm still waiting for the the 1+1. Pero, di ba, kung may pera, if you have like 15,000 pesos burning in your pocket right now that you really need to
Get a
buy
new phone.
if you want a bang for your buck phone, this
That's
is it.
Yep.
Yes.
Diba? And if you haven't seen the design, kasi hindi namin mapakita obviously, you should Google it and you should, maganda talaga siya. It's not bad. Although, and Xiaomi is a very well-known brand sa China. It's one of the aggressive phone manufacturers, much like Oppo.
Yep, very true. Like Oppo well, di ba doon nga lumipat yung isang taga-Google na high-ranking official sa Xiaomi?
Yeah, Xiaomi ba? Hindi. Sa Oppo. Hindi, sa OnePlus.
Hindi,
Guys,
alam ko
decide.
Xiaomi ba? Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah. So
ganun ka sila kalakas sa...
malakas talaga sila. I don't know what that is. sorry. Anyway,
Is that Nokia X?
that's a very nice quote. I don't know why it's there. So anyway, so we have a special guest tonight, and we will have LG on board, and they will be talking about their newly released phones, the L Series 3. Can we get a focus on the 3 new phones that they'll be talking about later on? Oh, very nice. The L Series 3 is basically their mid-end device, and an LG representative will be talking about it. Ma'am, can you introduce yourselves? Yourselves, ang dami. To the people of Unbox.
Yes.
Sige, ma'am.
Oh, hi. Hi, good evening to everyone. I'm Faith Miharis from LG Mobile Philippines.
Yes.
Welcome.
So, we have 3 very nice phones here on the right side. Can you go through each and every one of them and tell our viewers what they're about? Anong ganun nila? Kung ano yung mga products na yan.
Well, what we have here is actually the 3rd generation of our L series. So the L series basically stands for our low to mid smartphones. So first off is our baby L series. This is the L40. So this is a 3.5-inch device. And then we also have the L70, which is a 4.5-inch device. And the biggest that we have is the L80, which is a 5-inch device.
Oh.
All of these devices are actually Android KitKat already.
Oh, that's nice. Kasi you know what? Maraming talagang tao naghahanap ng, like, they don't have a lot of money. Kasi usually, di ba, ang Android KitKat right now is reserved for the higher end phones.
Yes.
Like yung mga nilabas yung the
G-series,
G2 Mini.
The G2 Mini and the G Pro 2.
G Pro 2. So, what's the... Oops, sorry, nabablock. So, what's the value proposition for each and every phone, for example? Can you read off what's unique about them?
Well, what we mainly highlight about these 3 phones is basically these are all dual-core handsets.
Okay.
And we have embedded a popular feature from our G series, which is the knock code.
Okay. Can you explain what the knock code is?
So the knock code actually is an evolution of the knock on, which is a feature from the LG G2. So for the knock code, actually before the knock on, all you have to do is try to press it twice, then
Okay.
it will turn on. Then for the knock code, what we did, there will be a certain code already for your phone. So para mas protected ka na this time.
So basically, it's a shortcut of kung paano mo i-unlock yung phone.
Correct. The knock code, meron ka lang certain code. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm setting it up right now.
Okay.
Yung pin. So,
Ma'am, can you rotate it to the camera?
Yes.
Yun,
So,
there you go.
kunyari may imaginary, ano ka lang. So, knock it off. Tapos yung code ko kasi is 1, 2, 3, 4. So, here.
Tandaan nyo yan para pag ginawi natin yan,
One,
mamaya ma-unlock natin.
Naka-record na.
Record na, so maalala mo naman yan.
Sige. And this knock code is also present in like the bigger devices that you have, no? Yung kaka-launch nyo lang,
Yes.
the G2 and the G2 Mini and the LG G Pro 2.
G Pro 2. So, kanina, in-unlock ko lang siya, let's say, for this one. Yung code is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can
So,
you
it will
zoom in?
automatically turn on. Okay, ulitin lang natin.
Lower
Sige.
lang ng konti.
zoom in tayo? Dun, 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 dun.
Konti
Ayop,
pa sa...
to the right.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go, yes.
Charging.
Kanina yun. There. proceed siya dun sa main homepage niya.
There you go. So,
it's for added security.
so lahat ng L series na phones nyo meron.
Yes, lahat ng L series meron. And this kind of feature usually available nga lang siya sa premium. Pero nilagay namin kasi we wanted the consumers to experience something that's premium.
Okay. Ma'am, the previous episode we were talking about KitKat and basically yung mga budget devices with KitKat. Kasi usually, di ba, ang nakikita natin ng KitKat with the higher end
Yeah, the flagship
devices na malalakas yung mga processor. And we don't really see a difference between handsets running as far as performance is concerned. We don't see the difference of devices running KitKat kung ano-ano man. So, sorry mama, lapit lang natin dito. Yun! Kasi omnidirectional yung mic natin para marinig tayo ng mga tao. So, ano yung benefits of a budget device? Kasi these are parang low-cost devices talaga, di ba?
Correct.
So, low-cost devices meaning mas mahina yung processor nila, yung memory. So, what's the difference with anong benefit na nakukuha nila if they're running KitKat?
So if the handsets are running in KitKat, basically mas mabilis siya. Mas
In
smoothly.
what way?
Faster yung, let's say, the sensitivity of the phone itself.
Okay.
Even yung experience mo, parang mas pinapabilis niya. All of these are dual core.
Okay.
Pero mas seamless yung user experience comparing with budget smartphones which are just Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean. Oh, actually napansin ko nga yun. And they're all using the Optimus UI, correct?
Yes, Optimus UI.
One thing about can I borrow one phone?
Sure.
One thing that I've noticed with phones running Optimus UI, they're very fast. Maganda yung pagkagawa ng LG with hindi ako bayan ng LG. Baka ba yung humiron? Bayan ng LG. Hindi. Parang ang napansin ko sa kanya with reviewing, and I reviewed a couple of LG phones. If you haven't seen the G Pro Lite, sorry ma'am, the G Pro Lite is actually medyo mahina yung processor niya. It doesn't have the best processor ever. Parang actually, maraming mga local brands na phones has actually a faster processor than it. Pero, the overall experience of using the G Pro Lite was actually not bad. It rarely lagged. Parang makikita mo lang talaga na mahina talaga yung processor when you start using games on it, yung mga very parang GPU intensive and CPU intensive games. Pero messaging and using it na parang nagme-message ka as a normal na phone, it's actually pretty seamless. It's very smooth. It's buttery smooth, and I expect the same thing from these devices running the Optimus UI and KitKat. So I'll pass the phone around. So this is the smallest one.
The smallest one is the LG L40.
Zoom in.
It looks so tiny.
Oo nga, in my hands. Sorry, ang laki ng kamay ko eh. Medyo
Looks so tiny.
gigantor ang peg ng kamay ko. So, sorry. So, this is a 3.5 inch?
The 3.5 inch.
Okay. So, sorry, ang lit talaga.
Or it's just we're not used to seeing 3.5 inch.
Yeah, usually, yeah. Parang kasing laki niya lang ngayon. Pero, it's kind of thick. Pero, you know what? It's not terrible to hold. Parang kayang-kayang one-handed. Maganda yung overall
texture.
look niya. Magandang texture. Can you talk about the highest end device that you have right now?
The highest end that we have is the LG L80
Okay.
here. So that's a 5-inch device actually, and then also running at dual core already.
Dual core.
Yes.
So, ang
5-inch IPS display.
difference lang talaga nila is the
Screen
screen
size,
size.
of course, the camera as well.
Anong protection na to, ma'am? Gorilla Glass or
Those are Gorilla Glass.
Go? Wow.
Wow.
Very nice. Actually, you know what? Sabi ni Ison na it kind of looks like a Nexus phone.
Ito, may dala ko Nexus 5.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
It looks, yeah. It does.
Zoom in.
Kind
Not bad, It actually looks nice. Parang, compared to the Nexus, it's basically the same thickness.
Yeah.
Well, almost.
Almost.
And the design is nice and textured. Magkano po sila? How much are these devices?
The LG L40 is actually
The L40 is this
yeah,
one.
the
That's
L40 yung baby is
baby
The
talaga.
baby.
The baby phone.
tawag namin. That cost 4,790 pesos.
Okay.
Okay.
And then this one, yung L70, the 4.5-inch device dual core, cost 8,490 pesos.
8,490. This one. Do you
The
have a pricing?
L80
Do you have
is,
pricing for
it's
this?
not yet, it will be launched this May, but we haven't finalized yet the pricing.
May nakita rin ako isa pang L series na nag-leak tas lumabas. That's the L90. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's basically looks like this, pero it's 5.5 inches. So why is that not in the Philippine market yet? Will you be launching that in the Philippine market?
Yes.
Do you think?
As of this moment, we have no plans to launch it locally.
Why?
Why?
Pero kasi siya pinakamalaki sa kanila lahat eh. It's nice and big and it's...
We wanted the consumers to experience, and we wanted them to really maximize the LG G2 Mini.
Okay. So
okay.
basically, it pag ni-launch niyo yun, magka-clash siya with
Kalaban niya
the
yung
G2
Xiaomi.
Mini.
Okay.
Anong mga territories niyo ba ni-launch yung mga territories niyo na may L90, wala rin bang G2 Mini?
See, L90 kasi is generally the same specifications as
So
G2
basically the same. Pero kasi yung L90, kasi it's different. Parang sa physical, kasi yung G2, if you're not a fan of the rear key, that's a nice alternative. Kasi they're basically the same
Same
device,
spec.
like same specs lang din. Okay. Ma'am, kailan lalabas yung G3?
We had to ask.
So kailan lalabas yung G3? Kasi nabili, parang gusto ata ni bossing yun.
Matagal na
bilhin.
niyang hinihintay
Oo,
yun.
matagal na nang hinihintay. Nabili niya na daw yun. Hindi pa lumalabas. Nabili na.
Medyo mahal ko pa yung trabaho.
Pero alam ko kasi, parang may lumabas, may nagpadala na kayo ng invites. Para March,
Abroad.
May 27.
May 27.
There's an event. Simultaneous event kung saan-saan. So there's the Singapore one, there's sa US one, may London, may New York. So
Kaya lang
hindi naman-
ayaw pang i-confirm for
Ayaw
us.
pa rin confirm eh.
We'll see.
Ma'am, mukhang malaki yung sweldo nyo doon ay. Medyo malaki yung sweldo, ayaw bitawan. Sige ma'am, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We actually did a article, we talked about the L series phones nung lumabas siya when they had the launch event
On
last
Saturday.
Saturday. So if you want to check out all the specs,
It's
it's
on the
there. It's on the site. So please go to Unbox and just try it. I'm pretty sure it's still on the front page. So yeah, there you go. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So our next device is one of the devices that we've been looking we've been looking forward to actually try in a bit. I'll just have to call Ison
Ison?
to show the new device. Again, this is a recent release of Sony. This is the Xperia Z1 Compact, and this is the first time we're actually seeing the retail device. Kasi
I have
we-
the box
we have the
So,
we have the box.
It's here.
Sorry, wait lang. Okay. What happened? So anyway, we'll talk about the Z1 later. We have the box. We'll get the Colin Chan,
In
one
the
of our
house.
contributors in the house. Come on.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Colin. How are
Hi.
you? Big ass Nokia phone here.
Hi.
Wow.
So anyway,
Malabas ba yung yellow dito? Gusto ko lang malaman.
tingnan mo nga.
Hindi.
Washed
Parang siyang
yellow.
white eh, no? Love it.
So,
Hi.
Colin's
Hi.
here.
What's up?
We're gonna be talking about Spider-Man.
Okay, hi.
No spoilers, by the way, kasi
sige,
papatayin kita.
Yes.
Hindi ko pa napapanood. Masyado akong busy.
Wala pa ba nakakapanood dito?
Hindi
Isa
pa.
pa na to, diba?
Napanood
Nope,
ba?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
No spoilers,
No,
please.
no spoilers, don't worry. Actually, just introduction para lang malaman ng mga viewers natin. Saan ako titingin? Saan
Hindi ko yung may
Saan
pula.
may
Kung saan
ilaw?
meron.
Ayun.
Yeah,
Ngayon pala ako nandito
eh.
It's I've been I guess it's sa lumang studio pa, but
Okay.
it's the first
Welcome
time
to
I've
the
been
new
here.
studio.
Thank you, I like it.
First time niya sa news.
Actually, it's very roomy.
Oo nga.
Yeah.
Ang laki niya, nagulat
Yeah,
ako sa kanya.
you do have to just speak into
ayun.
the mic, sexily into
So,
the mic.
no,
Huwag
parang-
naman ganun. Huwag masyadong sexy.
The bedroom voice ko na. Hi, guys.
Sige, go.
Hey, For those that know or do not know, I'm the movie editor in Unbox.
Yes,
I should
he
be
gets-
writing a lot.
He gets to watch all the movies before we do because we're all stuck doing boring things at
Yeah.
the HQ. Anyway.
So the latest, if you guys lived in Iraq, the latest film that Marvel launched right now is Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is a really really big success in terms of box office hits. Apparently, congratulations, natalo niya My Little Bossing sa 2 days.
Oh my God! Let's just go off tangent. Sorry for the Chris Aquino fans. I'm sorry, pero
I'm sorry, pero-
sorry also. The country made the sane parts of the country anyway made a collective face palm dun sa interview niya with sino ba yan?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. Sorry.
Like Peter Parker or Spider-Man.
So lahat sabay-sabay. Ano ba yan?
So we were all hoping against hope lang na sana this time around manalo sila, di ba? Alam mo yan, parang come on, opening box office, let's do it. Fortunately for them, they were able to actually pull it off in 2 days. Unfortunately though, the audience reaction is divided. It's either you hate it or you love it.
Bakit naman? Why?
Without
Yes.
giving any...
Someone dies,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, actually, you know what? Regardless of someone, yung naglalakad sa kalye, namatay siya. Unfortunately, yung aso,
tinamaan ng malaking rhino.
May gagamba na naapakan. So.
Pero you know what? If you actually, hindi ako comic book nerd. Sorry for the nerds. That's not a negative thing.
Yes.
Pero I don't follow comic books religiously, but I do know rough estimation na parang the way the Spider-Man is actually written by the people who wrote it is parang marami talagang tragedy sa buhay niya.
Yes.
And that's the reason why he grows as a person.
Yeah.
And the film, I'm assuming, has
actually,
one of these tragedies.
on the second film, it's a film that needs to be told. It's a film that needs to be told just to grow the story of Spider-Man from where he came from, yung origin story niya from the first one, to kung ano man yung gagawin nila for the third part. However, and you know what? It was told correctly. It was told correctly with respect to how the comic was, with respect to, and without again giving anything away. Diba, guys? If you want to know kung ano nangyari, read the comic or watch the film. But
or go to Wikipedia.
or go to Wikipedia.
Like,
Don't do that. Baka
what
mamaya-
happens to Spider-Man? Anyway.
But ang main problem na nakita ko with Spider-Man 2 particularly is that it has so much plot points na nag-lose ng focus yung buong movie. It wanted to tell so many stories because there were so many villains this time
Okay.
around.
Okay.
Versus before, it was just one. It was just
Yeah.
the lizard,
Always
diba?
one.
Always.
And now they introduced 3 characters. Actually,
Bakit nga ganun, no? For superhero movies, parang, okay, we do a reboot, we show one villain, one iconic villain that they have to fight. Then after that, the next few movies, we just put in more villains, I guess, for him to
honestly,
fight.
feeling ko that falls into the studio na feeling nila they want to sell more toys. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
As bad
From
as
that
it is,
perspective, it
because
makes sense.
honestly,
terrible.
Spider-Man 2 would actually been amazingly better if they just had one villain. Kasi isa lang yung kailangan nila.
How many villains did he fight this time?
They-
3, no?
Well, in the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, he supposedly fought 3. He
Okay.
said supposedly because
He only fought 1.
he only fought 2.
2, okay.
Yung isa, meron, pero, parang 5 minutes lang ang total ni Paul Giamatti, also Rhino.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. He had a
Yeah.
bitching costume, by the way. Ang
He
ganda
has
eh.
a really nice costume, but unfortunately for him, he had like 5 minutes or sabihin natin 7 minutes of screen time.
Okay.
Diba?
That's kind
Which
of
is-
disappointing.
It's kind of disappointing on that note pa lang. And then, yun nga, as I mentioned, the plot really just loses itself kasi ang daming nilang gustong kwentong sundan eh. Yung kwento ni if you've seen the trailer, there's Electro, siya yung main bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's the Green Goblin, diba? Or at least
Yeah.
a semblance of the Goblin in the trailer when you see
Okay.
it. You see Harry Osborn in the trailer, and he's gonna be there. He's gonna be a pivotal part there. And yung kumbaga, it just loses the focus just loses kasi on one point they're trying to tell this story about Electro, how he came to be.
Okay.
And then and then they pull back. Alam mo, parang just when they give you enough material to work with, On Jamie Foxx's character, by the way, Jamie Foxx acting was,
Oh,
he was brilliant.
Jamie Foxx is squared away naman.
In
talaga.
fact, all the actors, yun yung gusto ko dito eh. One of the good things about, I guess, this reboot is that yung mga actors, pag nag-acting sila, todo bigay. As in, no holding back. Even though sometimes the script would falter,
Yeah.
Okay.
they would try to play it as straight as possible. Mas marami ako nakitang faults nun this time around than the first one. In the first movie, it was a reboot so that it can be more, grounded in the reality, diba? It can be grounded
Yes.
more on and more approachable and more I guess more relatable yung character niya, diba? Dito na siya 2013, 2014, diba? Yun yung time eh. And I like the fact in the first movie that it wasn't too campy. Kasi Spider-Man, it's very comic book eh. It was written talaga as it. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby wrote it talaga. And, ang target nila noong time din were teens. If you look back at the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, it was very comic book-ish how they actually did it.
You know what? I'm just waiting for the third Spider-Man for him to turn emo again.
I hope not.
That's
Because if he
terrible.
does turn
Like,
emo,
if
he would probably
Speaking
dance,
yung
diba?
emo,
Gaganon
diba?
naman siya.
Di ba may gumawa yung trilogy na Peke, yung tatlong Spider-Man movies before.
Okay.
Na, struggles with his powers, saves a girl, and
Turns emo.
and fights a villain that eventually killed himself. So, di ba si Green Goblin pinatay niya sarili niya.
Okay.
Oh, yung si Dr. Octopus pinatay niya
Sarili
sarili
niya.
niya.
Mm.
Si Venom pinatay niya sarili niya.
That's true, no? Ganun
So
yung nangyayari.
sad.
Well, this time around naman, yun nga, going back lang, yung sa first film, it was really nice kasi ang ganda ng pagkakwento eh. And then, people were, kumbaga mas relatable siya. Pagdating dito, binalik nila yung campiness ng konti.
Okay.
Some of the script,
Medyo nagre-recoil ako ng konti. kasi-
yun nga. Kaya nga sabi ko sa'yo, parang it was, the
Love it or hate it
You
talaga.
love it or hate it
Okay.
you'll see my review up either tomorrow, malamang tomorrow. Sorry
Daw,
again.
daw.
Whoops! Again, sorry.
Write it faster! Whoops!
Oo nga eh.
Hindi,
Pinapalo na ako ni Carlo eh.
you know what? Kasi ang napansin ko talaga with any comic book like series, the second movie is always the best. Parang like Batman.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, well, the previous one before he went full retard.
I agree.
Parang, then the third one was, it's like they all, so what do we do now? Throw more villains at him, I guess. And
Diba?
make one cry at the end. I don't know.
We create more
Yun
toys.
yung naging problem niya eh. Particularly for the second one, it's a little bit darker. Actually, papanoorin mo siya for the Peter Parker Gwen Stacy story.
Pero,
Sideline natin. Saan ka nanood?
Nandun ako
Ayun.
sa The Fort.
Oh.
Bagong
The
bukas
new
na cinema.
ooh, kamusta naman? Maganda?
It's good actually.
May nagmamasahe sa likod.
Wala pa naman. Hindi ako naka 4D unfortunately. Yung 4D it was
Wait,
packed.
paano yung 4D? Explain the 4D. So
Okay.
there's like
Yung 4DX.
So pag may nagsiswing ba siya sa tubig, may nababasa
May
sa
na-
mukha mo.
I think parang ganun yung mangyayari kasi kasi literal may sprinkler siya and then may parang according to sa dun sa
Yeah.
pamphlet niya,
Okay.
they have like 1,000 aromas.
What?
Na ginagamit. So hindi ko alam, maamoy mo yung pawis ni Spider-Man. Kung gusto niyo yan,
So
you guys are
wait,
into
pag
that.
marami siyang kalaban na mga pawisan, so
Maamoy mo sa loob ng-
Unfortunately, siguro, no? I don't know.
Well, cut me out. I don't wanna watch that.
I actually wasn't able to watch it
Ayoko
there.
maka-amoy ng weird na habang nanonood ako. I actually just want to watch the movie.
Well, in fairness of Fort, they had 4 theaters. Dalawa, I think were Atmos. A normal one, a digital one, and
Yeah.
then the 4DX.
4DX.
Diba? Yung 4DX, it was packed on the first day until
Wow.
Sunday. Yung
Wow.
booking niya.
Magkano ba?
450.
450.
Which is not that
Not
bad.
bad.
4D.
How much is an IMAX movie?
Roughly
Roughly
the
the
price.
Same price.
Roughly the
okay.
same price.
Same price.
400, 450. Ganun din yung...
For the record, never pa ako nag-IMAX. Kaya hindi ko.
Well, ako
Actually,
nag-IMAX na ako.
nag-IMAX
It's
ako
a
every now and
really
then.
it's
It's an
really a
experience.
different experience
Yeah.
that you're watching a movie like a gigantic big ass screen. It's different talaga rather than actually, you know what? I haven't watched a 3D movie in so long. So sorry, segue lang na ng konti. Pero
Sige,
I haven't watched a 3D movie for so long. I actively avoid 3D
3D
movies.
yeah.
Kasi
Parang
Medyo sa ulo.
ha?
May bata, iiyak, may cellphone, mga
Hindi,
ganun.
it's not that. It's just I find
Waste of
3D
time.
3D
Gimmicky.
very gimmicky, and it's one of the reasons why manufacturers like LG, Samsung, and all Sony, they're kind of moving away. If you look at their recent releases, they're kind of moving away from 3D.
From 3D.
It's there.
Yeah.
The 3D feature is there,
But
they
they're
don't
not
highlighting it
anymore.
because
Yeah.
parang it just doesn't make my viewing experience more pleasurable. I'm not gonna wear
Those
the
glasses.
glasses even if parang sasabihin naman ng iba, pero may 3D TV na glasses free.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's freaking expensive. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
$1 million pesos.
And I think the experience isn't the same. Parang
When you
hindi
wear
rin
the
ganun
glasses.
clear versus
Yeah.
when you wear the
it's
glasses
just-
eh.
Parang it's in my personal belief, 3D has been like a gimmick that's been shoved
Saka
down
isa pa,
our throats for
yung-
so long.
Hindi rin masyado naging in sync yung mga production house na
With 3D.
With 3D na
Yeah.
parang gagawa ka ba ng Blu-ray na just
actually
for 3D?
a lot of people I mean some filmmakers actually would shoot on 3D cameras. Pag nag-shoot sila on 3D camera, siguro pwede mong pagbigyan.
Pero there's a difference kasi. I've seen movies shot in 3D with 3D cameras, and I've
Yeah.
seen movies
Na-
na ginawang 3D
Yeah.
post-production.
Post-production, yeah.
And there's very few
Difference?
movies na there's a very few movies talaga na they shoot it in full-on 3D.
Yeah.
Kasi number one, it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Number two, you can't parang write or shoot your scenes para lang, kasi yung ibang scenes sa mga 3D movies sobrang forced. Yung talaga
Yeah.
may parang lumalapit, may sumasabog sa harapan
Yeah.
mo. Just
Para
to
masabi
para
lang.
lang
may 3D.
masabi, oh wow, 3D depths. Wow.
FYI sa Spider-Man, yung part na yon was the last part. For some reason, last part palagi. Ano? Yung pagpa-credits na,
Yes.
yung parang, oy,
Just
patapos
to
na yung film. Ibato natin lahat ng 3D.
No, 3D
Just
ba yung
to remind
pinanood mo?
you
3D
na
ba?
3D
Napanood
siya.
ko, unfortunately, kasi yun lang yung time na meron eh. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, fine, whatever.
Pero
I'm
yeah, parang sa totoo lang, I don't see, parang ako
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
Oh, dadagdag lang yung price ng ticket ko eh.
That's
Sorry,
true,
makunat
that's
ako eh. Isa pa yun. number one yun. Makunat talaga. Pero I don't see the value. Personally, I don't see the value in it.
Yeah.
Parang, I think I'd spend more on a quality screen and
Yeah.
quality sound. Kasi not all cinemas are made the same when it
That's
comes
true,
to
that's
sound
true,
and the
that's
display.
Sa
The
akin,
Atmos is nice, by the way.
basta sa akin walang umiyak na baby.
Medyo out of,
Iison
na
pag
yun.
ganun, wag ka manonood ng children's movie.
Huwag ka naman nanonood ng superhero movie period.
Medyo
Yun
mahirap.
yung dahilan bakit hindi na ako nanonood ng sine.
Oh,
okay.
Yun din actually
Yeah,
ako.
but just watching the comforts of your home, di ba? It's better.
Yeah. Pero, you know what? Yun nga, parang, it's just one of those things, ang peeves ko talaga. It's like the the industry has just been shoving 3D down our throats,
Yeah,
and I'm
they've
very,
been so
very happy
long.
it's going away.
They've been trying
Finally.
to do that. They've been trying to do that. In fact, I think there are only two movies na napanood ko na shot in 3D na, was worth it. Avatar is
Avatar
one.
still.
Yeah,
Because that's still like the
Yeah.
pinnacle of,
Pero,
di ba?
ang Avatar kasi, marami doon ng CGI talaga.
So okay lang.
But yeah, you can actually do 3D well when you're doing CGI.
CGI.
Like,
Very interestingly, Baz Luhrmann shot The Great Gatsby in 3D.
3D.
Purposefully. How do you shoot a
like
drama?
unironically.
Ironically,
Shot
how
it.
do you shoot it
Pero
in 3D?
I've seen
Diba?
Great Gatsby.
So para I guess it's when the graphics go in and out and all of that, yung biglang suddenly yung may burst of writing nandito, it plays on you in terms of the whole jazz fest. Yun yung explanation niya, of course.
Okay.
Diba? But it's very interesting lang how some directors would actually explore shooting. Kasi shooting in a full 3D camera, in a real 3D camera versus shooting in a non-3D camera is both very different eh. Iba yung framing mo.
Iba yung
Yeah.
result.
Nag-iiba eh. Isa pa, yung Hobbit ni Peter Jackson na
I
yung
haven't seen it in
na-clock
3D.
na ano yung speed niya parang
The Hobbit Returns.
no, the first Hobbit. Well, I've watched the first Hobbit, yung Hobbit na part.
Yeah, I know
one.
what you're talking about. Yung mas mataas yung
mas mataas yung
frame rate na
frame rate.
people
Oh
said
my God.
everybody's like dizzy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's actually dizzying for the first 10 minutes and then later on parang this is weird but it's kind of fun. Pero alam mo, medyo nauseous ako noong time na yun. So, alam mo yun, not good but it's a
Yeah.
different experience.
So anyway, Spider-Man. So watch it. Skip it?
Actually, you know what? Watch it if you're a fan of Spider-Man. Skip it if gusto mong makita na lang sa DVD,
If you don't want to see someone die.
Yun din.
Dan, dan, dan.
Honestly, if the whole Spider-Man 2
Sino
movie
namatay? Joke
was
lang.
Sorry, hindi ako mang-spoil kasi sobrang bad trip ako pag ginagawa sa akin yan. So I'm not gonna do that.
If the whole Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie was just about Peter Parker, Gwen Stacy, all of these characters without the costume, it would have been a better film.
Like, just no Spider-Man
Just
at all?
no Spider-Man
Really?
at all. Kasi
So what happens when, like, the Electro guys...
it becomes campy.
People just run.
Unfortunately, it's
Spider, like,
very, very
Peter
campy.
Parker and Gwen Stacy just run! He's
Diba?
got electrical things coming out from his hands.
Actually, di ba kailangan? Kasi alam mo, pag pinanood mo silang dalawa, kikiligin ka lang eh.
So parang mostly ano siya.
As in mostly, pag Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, parang, oh my, gagano ka na lang.
By the way, if you haven't seen, like, the lip sync battle of Emma Stone and
yes, you should.
Jimmy
I
Fallon,
haven't
that's
yet,
like...
pero kailangan ko talaga panoorin. I know.
It's like the most beautiful thing ever made. Like, I just...
Hilarious.
Sa totoo lang, I just skipped yung mga segments ni Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon
Fallon.
and just go
Emma Stone.
straight for Emma Stone. Like, all the time. I've probably seen it
not
like
for anything.
10
It's
times.
Emma Stone. How can you not?
She's
like
getting
Emma
a little
Stone?
thin, though.
She is getting a little thin.
She has
Yeah.
been thin for a while. Although she's getting
But
thin.
yun lang.
Tama na yung weight
She's
niya ng
hilarious.
EZA. Anyway.
Mark, the director kasi si Mark Webb, di ba? 500 Days of Summer.
Yeah.
So yun yung...
Oh,
Kaya
that guy.
Yun yung forte niya.
Okay.
What? Breaking our hearts?
Well, yes. In a really fun, fun way.
Yes.
Parang tinatrauma niya lang tayo. He's very good at
He's
that.
very good at that. You actually, mangyayari actually dito yun sa Spider-Man 2, by the way. It's gonna break some hearts. So,
Okay.
yun. But, that's basically my take on it. You'll see the review up probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow daw, tomorrow.
Pressure yan, tomorrow.
I'll be editing that one, so I'm gonna be waiting for that. I'll be watching my inbox like all the time. So we promised you the Xperia Z1 compact, kaso nga lang technical difficulties.
technical issues.
So we'll slightly segue to a product that we've reviewed like just today.
Just
in our
today.
site.
Published lang siya today.
Oh, published lang today. This is the Lenovo S650. Just zoom in. That was not intentional. I'm hoping na hindi siya narinig. Anyway,
Ayun.
there you go.
There we go. Dun, 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 dun.
So the Lenovo S650 is actually a very slightly budget device, although the price it's kind of expensive. It's 9,999. Pero since it's
Pricey.
coming from a international brand, it's not bad. So this is a 4.7-inch smartphone. And if you've seen our review of the Vibe Z, the Lenovo Vibe Z, and if you look at it, and if you look at this device, it looks similar to the Vibe Z. The overall design is very similar to the Vibe Z, down to the iconography,
Oh yeah, it does.
pati dun sa icons niya sa baba.
It does.
Yun, very nice.
So they're
it's for-
sticking to some
so
sort of
it's-
design.
Yeah. It's interesting to note kasi the Samsung, LG, obviously they have this,
Their looks.
diba? If
Yeah.
you've noticed it, Colin,
Yeah.
parang they have this unified design strategy. If you look at the G2, the G2 Mini,
Mini.
and the LG G Pro
Pro
2, they look the same. If you don't have a size ref, pag kinunan mo siya ng litrato and
Akala mo pareho.
Pare-
mukha talaga siya ng
Yes.
pareho.
Okay.
Like a few holes lang pinagbago and ganun. that's also with Samsung. There's definitely parang yung leather na back
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
Note series,
Yeah.
and also the plastic, the face of the S5. Pakita mo
Yeah.
S5.
No, this is
S4.
for S4.
Oh, S4, sorry. And the S4. So there's a definitely
Oh, ano?
parang yun ang sinusubukan ng LG gawin na parang mas
Lenovo.
streamlined device. Kahit yung S930, yung phablet nila, looks like this. Ganto rin,
Yeah,
actually.
true.
Exactly the same. So, parang
Lenovo.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you see it, Lenovo product yan. And I think that's what they're trying to do moving forward. So
It's
anyway,
very nice. No?
Which-
I like the idea that they're actually streamlining the design factor for that and really focusing on design as hindi katulad kasi 'di ba parang particularly before in the heydays of smartphone na lahat na lang let's try to copy.
yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Samsung,
It's-
diba?
no, nung unang
it
nag-start
was
ng
ano-
smart, let's try to copy Apple.
Oh, yeah, period. Oh,
They
ganun.
all look
Period.
like Apple.
So-
So anyway, parang ang maganda yun kasi parang and hopefully the local brands will follow
Follow,
suit.
yeah.
Kasi
Yeah.
right now if you take a look at the offerings of local brands, for each parang product line,
They have
they're
different
slightly
looks.
different.
Yeah.
They're definitely different. Parang if you look at a particular product, parang hindi siya for it might be an Omega series, but they don't look the same.
Yeah.
Yep, true.
So parang hopefully
Yung consistency kasi ng look talagang wala eh. And talagang pag high-end, biglang radical changes yung itsura eh.
high-end, low-end, parang they don't feel like, it doesn't feel like they fall under the same family.
Yeah.
Parang magkakaiba talaga sila. So anyway, so back to the S650. So the S650, can we zoom in? If you noticed, the S650 has custom UI.
Lenovo
inside.
UI.
Actually, it's a
Ano ba tawag nila?
Liwa OS ang nakita ko.
Okay.
And basically ang ginagawa niya, it just puts all of your wala kang app drawer basically.
Oh, okay.
so
yun
that's
na
kind of
talagang
annoying.
ano ng
So
Lenovo, no?
parang kahit dun sa Vibe Z,
Yeah,
kahit
like
sa S930,
iPad.
it's the same.
Yeah.
So some of you may like it. I don't kasi I'm kind of OCD with the apps. I just don't.
Ako din eh.
Parang,
eh.
where's my stuff? Where's Facebook? Where's Spotify? I just have to
Alphabetically arrange them.
which is kind of annoying. So
OC lang kayo,
depende
OC lang kayo.
depende lang sa inyo.
Hinga lang guys, hinga.
So kung ano yung gusto nyo. The design is not bad. It actually ships with
I like that
the
case.
case.
It's smart.
I like it.
very unique case if you look. So I'll just put it on my phone. Put it on the phone so you
There.
can see. So it ships in a nice case. This is actually included in the when you buy it. And what's nice about it is that parang siyang
Flip.
It's
Stand.
smart.
Can we zoom in? Papakita ko, ibababa ko dito.
There,
Kaya
it's a stand actually. So once you press
Magiging
the
stand
rubber,
Ayun.
Yun.
the rubber end at
So
the
you can
back,
actually just
press. Actually,
That's fair.
yes.
Tama, or
Press
yung
main TikTok.
pinakita sa akin ni Isan to kanina.
There, press.
Oh!
Fancy.
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 And that case actually has a nice parang side effect kasi pag wala siya sa case, the camera module is very exposed. Parang if you look at
It
it,
juts out there.
it juts out mga around 2 millimeters, 3 millimeters. So if you place it down, masisira siya. So if you put it in a case,
It protects it. It protects.
it protects it. Yun.
But I
And-
like that it has a stand.
Oo nga eh.
Gusto
Parang
ko
if you
Well done.
ako kasi pag nagbe-breakfast ako,
Yeah.
like palagi ako nagbabasa and read and YouTube. It's nice. It's a nice thing to have. I don't have to like find a way to prop it up and it
Prop it
slips.
up on the bowl.
Damn
Prop
it.
it up on
True.
Diba? So it's nice.
Nice,
And
nice.
it's nice.
Plus it comes with the phone na talaga.
Yes.
Oh.
And it's 9,999, so it's ganon, not that expensive, I guess, for the Lenovo phone. It's a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core
Medyo nang hinahin
processor.
lang ako doon sa ano, VGA front camera. Sana ano lang.
Oo.
Siyempre,
That display is 4.7 inch na QHD. So it's not HD. Hindi siya ganun katalas. Pero what's nice about it is that parang it runs games faster.
pero for the size of 4.7 inch, medyo
It's not bad.
Not bad.
At least hindi siya 5.5 inches.
Yes.
Malaki talaga.
Malikaya
Nakita yung pixels and whatever. And it's if you can you zoom in again? Dom. It's very fast. It's very smooth.
Yeah.
Buttery smooth siya. Kahit for Android 4.2 lang. And there's enough na processing power to keep everything nice and smooth. So the review is now up on the site if you want to see if it's worth checking out. I actually took a couple of photos of the device. Using
The device.
this
Device.
particular thing, yung camera of it. So go check out the site, see if it's worth to buy. So yun.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Colin, for
Thank you for having me here.
yes.
Ano ba next movie? Wait lang. Alam mo ba?
What's the next big one?
Big one?
The next big one.
Godzilla.
Oh, right.
Oh my!
Oh.
I'm gonna watch that. That's why I'm
yun,
gonna watch.
that's interesting.
Sige, mapapabalik mo ako sa sine.
Anyway, so thank you Colin for stopping by. Thank you
Yes.
LG for
For
actually
stopping by as
stopping
well.
by as well and showing us all your cool new
stuff.
products, the L series. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for watching the podcast, and that's it.
Yeah.
Basically, thank you. Bye bye. See you
Bye.
again next week.